All I wanna be change in a moment. Give me 1 second, guys, because it's... Yeah, give me 1 second, guys. Hold on. I'm trying to figure it out. Still very quiet. Hold on. Let me raise it up all the way. You guys should be able to hear me now, hopefully. There we go. Okay, it's a bit better now. I have it open on my thingy as well right now. Just adjusting, guys. Give me a second. It's a bit different when you add so many different sources and stuff. But I hope you guys are having a great day. We're gonna start really soon. I have the build open at the moment. I still have no idea if TikTok and stuff can hear me. So give me 1 second, guys. Can I not join? Can't join my own live. What the hell? From like my own account. Well, I have no idea what's going on with thingy. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I mean, this is part of the process, guys. You know, what can I say? You know, you can't test it when it's not live, you know, so things are bound to happen. 1 second, guys. And I'll answer all of your questions and stuff. Damn, we have people on TikTok, but I don't think they can see anything, which is so weird. 40. Okay, well, that kind of sucks because I really wanted it to work for all of you guys, but man, I literally set it up perfectly as well. Like, it's fine on my screen, but it's just not translating correctly. All right, but okay, the TikTok live probably isn't going to work, so I'm gonna close that one real quick because it's just a bit of a mess right now. Hold on 1 second, guys. Alright, let me go through the chat real quick because I'm so sorry, but I was trying to set up for every single person from different platforms to see, but clearly not going to happen tonight, unfortunately, even though I set it up literally like as best as I could. So Tori, hey, welcome to the stream. Is this the live? Yeah, it's going to be a live build. We started building it yesterday, and we're just going to continue off of what we did. Kristen, hi, welcome to the stream. If you're still here, I really appreciate it. Batki, you saw this home on Pinterest. Great. Yeah, that's pretty much where I got it from. I pretty much get all of my homes from there, to be honest. I really like taking inspiration from that platform in particular. Hobbit, hey, welcome to the stream. Glad to see you here as well. Animo, yeah, 100%. I feel like the home is coming across very nice. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to get my references in front of me so that I don't get confused on what we're doing. I mean, I only have one picture. It's the one that I'm showcasing on the screen. I'm sure you guys can see on the top left hand. Just give me 1 second. Opening it up for myself. And I kind of did a bit of reflection with like what I want to do with the middle piece of this build. Now, you guys already know that I was kind of like struggling with it the last build because I was just like, bait. Okay, say less. 1 second. Hold on. What if I try to connect again? Wait, I'm trying one last time and then I'm gonna move on into doing the actual stream because it's taken quite a while now. And still, wow, it says 95 views on Twitch. I mean TikTok, and there's nothing happened. You know how crazy that is? Like, nobody saw anything. That sucks. 1 second, you guys. Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna not even bother. Sorry for the little delay, guys, but I hope you guys are all having a great day so far. Let's get into the game and start building with this build. Now, I have a few ideas on what I want to do for that main middle bit of the build, because I was kind of just like confused, as I mentioned like a few moments ago, with like what I really wanted to do. But I think we have a bit of a clearer image now, and I'm gonna end up changing this like top hat looking thing. I know someone literally mentioned it as if it was like a top hat in yesterday's stream, which was kind of funny. If the music volume is too low, or if my volume's too high or anything like that, just let me know. I did try to adjust a few things today, solely because we were just like trying to do a few of these like multi streams and stuff. But yeah, hold on, wait, let me mute this real quick so you guys don't hear random stuff, because I have the chat open on a different screen and whatnot. But yeah, so what we did initially yesterday was I placed this top hat looking thing on the 3rd floor, which initially I thought was a great idea. I was like, you know what, we could just place an entire wall of glass at the back here, and it will look like it was like a curved design, especially if you're like far away. And I was thinking like maybe we can like get rid of these, like we could like potentially cover these crevices with a few things. But at the same time I thought like, you know what, that also wouldn't really match because it wouldn't look like the wallpaper. So I was like, you know what, let's just scrap this entire idea, and if we don't like it, we'll go back, because I do have it saved on like more locally to my gallery, so it's fine if we don't like the new design that I'm about to create. But I was thinking, what if we're going to leave this arch right in the center? We're going to, let me see, I actually did something like this, like a similar design to one of my previous builds on the channel. You guys might notice it, maybe not, who knows. But it was a really huge mansion that I created like a few months ago, and it had pretty much like the same design on top of this building. So I'm trying to do the same thing over here. So let me try to do that real quick. And it also ended up incorporating a few of these half walls and stuff. So let me just get this half wall real quick over here. I'm gonna get the 0.75 for now, and if we don't like it, we'll just change it. I'm gonna just place it over here. Yeah, and I think that's what we used initially anyways, also it's kind of like nice and convenient. But we're just gonna raise it up a little bit just so it's like a bit more even. And I know this part of the home is not going to look 100% accurate to the image that you guys are seeing right now, but to make it actually work in the Sims and make it actually make sense, I feel like this is the only way to go. So I do apologize if it's not 100% accurate, but it's just like close to the image, you know. So we're going to get a few of these bricks as well. We're going to cover all of these walls. It looked a little bit too ridiculous with having too many of these like floor to ceiling wallpaper glass windows and stuff. And we're also going to get rid of that door. We could also leave the door, to be fair, but I was thinking we can go for this door in particular. Let me see, which one was it? There we go, this one. So if you guys, I'll let you guys decide, obviously, because you guys are in the stream. I'd love to hear your input for this build. If you guys have any suggestions at all, don't hesitate to ask me. I'll be really happy to incorporate them. It's just like a nice little thing that I can just like interact with you guys and just incorporate into the build. And who knows, I will also like mention it in like the speed builds. If it ends up falling into it and stuff, I'll just be like, look, I just made this on the stream with the viewers and stuff. It will be really fun. So we have two options. We can either go for this more antique looking door. To be fair, this one does kind of match the rest of the style a little bit nicer, especially since it's kind of like we're going for that old money aesthetic. And by the way, this wallpaper is also not final. I might actually change it in a moment. But yeah, so do you guys want this front door, or if we can also go for the businesses and hobbies front door? It doesn't really matter to me, to be honest. I like both of them. I think they both give off the same effect. And even in the real life image that you guys can see on the top left hand side of your screens, it kind of has like this cross patterned. So, you know, it all kind of just like works well together. Make it a square like door. The only one that I can think of that I think would work here is either this Garden to Haven one. Hold on, wait, let me place it real quick. We can go for this Garden to Haven one. Like we can either do something like that, or just place it in the middle and then have the extra bits on the side. Or we can also go for, which one was it? Hold on. There was another one that was really good from business and hobbies. Let me see if I can find it real quick for you guys. It was in the medium wall heights actually. Hold on. It was like a fully like it was like these cube glass design, like paneled frame doors and stuff. It was really cool. There we go, this one. We can use this one as well if you guys want it. I don't mind personally. I'm happy with both. Make it a square-like door with a rounded window on top. Yeah, I was thinking of something like that, but oh wait, you know what? That might actually work because we have a like quite a lot of wall space when it comes to this door in particular. But I just don't know what kind of half. Do you have any good ideas of what half rounded like windows and stuff that we got from different packs? The only one that I can currently think of is potentially like Mosquito Packs one. I'm guessing you probably mean like use a rounded window on the second floor, right? Like not on the first floor, because it probably wouldn't fit unless we go for this store in particular. Like, whoa, that is way too huge. The Mosquito one, and I feel like nobody really has that. But I'll show you guys what my initial idea was, and then if you guys don't agree with it, we'll try to like go back on it. But maybe something like this, and then have another one of these like curved windows on top. I know this is a door, but if we could place something like that over here, and then we could place like, hold on, let me see if I can find it. It's the one that came from the Get Famous expansion pack. That one was pretty cool. I'm here. I love watched all your Kardashian builds and Taylor Swift. Oh, really? Thank you so much. Wait, were you the one who said that you like my Taylor Swift build? Because if so, I really do appreciate that, because you watched actually like one of my first few streams. So I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support. And I'm really glad that you like the Kardashian ones as well. Someone also mentioned in one of my previous builds to create Kourtney Kardashian's one as well. But yeah, if you guys want Kourtney Kardashian's one, let me know, and I will definitely consider doing her build as well. To be honest, with her build, Kourtney Kardashian's one looks huge. Like there's a lot of detail to it, and it's kind of like a mixture between styles of homes. It doesn't really look like one particular design. Like it's not super modern, it's not very Spanishy, but at the same time it's not very traditional. Like so many different mixtures if you guys have seen a real life home. So there's a lot to consider with that build in particular. So if you guys want that, let me know and I'll actually consider it, because it's pretty unique home. I haven't really seen a lot of people request it, just a few, solely because I created the other ones before though. That's the only reason why. She's your favorite Kardashian? Okay, that's great. Okay, fine, I'll definitely have to do it then, because a few people have started wanting it after I created Chloe's one, because they were like, you know what, you might as well just finish all of the sisters, you know, might as well just do all of them. So like, you know what, fine, I'll do all of them, but I'm just going by step, because I don't want to bore you guys with like doing Kardashian homes back to back, because it might be a bit too repetitive, especially if you hate the Kardashians. I don't really keep up with them, as funny as it is with like their saying, but so I don't really know 100% like in and out like their entire characteristics and personalities and whatnot. I just, you know, just like love their homes and like their lavish lifestyles. So that's like the only thing that I kind of like focus on when it comes to The Sims. So yeah, give me 1 second, you guys. I'm trying to think while placing these windows. So we did something similar to this design yesterday, and I didn't really like it, but now I'm going back to it because we changed the door. I think, did we change the door today, or was it like this? It was probably because we had that, you know how we had the third wall height thingy? That, what was I gonna say? Hold on, wait 1 second, you guys. I'm just checking something real quick. Okay, sorry. What was I gonna say? What the hell was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So we did this same design for the windows on the second floor, exactly how it is right now yesterday, but because we had that third wall on the third floor, obviously it's third floor, it looked really weird, but now I think it looks pretty cool. So we're gonna keep it like this for now, and we will change it later on. I feel like I'm not gonna say we're gonna change it later on for the entire build. I just want to let you guys know that we will. I don't mind changing it. Like nothing is permanent. So, and do you guys think we should get rid of this little wall in between these like little areas? We could get rid of them and then just raise it up all the way, so it's just like a bit more flowy, you know? Hey, yeah, I see you on Twitch. Yeah, I have the chat open for all of the other channels as well. Thank you for joining over there as well. Oh, 1 second. There we go. And then let's also raise, actually wait, you know what, I left a little gap over here yesterday, and you know what, maybe leaving a gap is going to make it feel a little bit more like detailed in a way. So let's do that for now. And let's also change up some of these wood trims as well right above over here. That's so kind, Tori. Thank you so much for that. It's glad to hear that, because sometimes I feel like, you know what, my designs can feel like, you know, a little bit repetitive here and there, but it's kind of just like my style, you know, to create these extravagant looking, like very elegant modern homes. But I'm really happy that I found like a group of you amazing people who like enjoy them and like actually, you know, like want to admire them or like in your builds, obviously, or like playing them in general. It's just really nice to hear and see, so I really do appreciate that. But yeah, kind of forgot to paint that wall. And you know what, since we're not using that third wall height, we can move this towards the front a little bit more, and we can also move this towards the front just so it sits a little bit more flush. We had a little bit of a gap there in the previous build, solely because it just, like, you know, it didn't really matter yesterday, but now it kind of does because we're on that second floor. And you know what, I prefer this so much more than that really huge top hat that we had in the beginning of this stream. I hope you guys kind of agree and kind of get where I'm coming from when it came to changing it up a little bit, because it definitely needed a bit of a change. And we can also add a few roof sculptures and pieces up here as well, which I think would also look pretty cool. Probably not a flag, but this is kind of like the first thing I selected. I don't know why, but we're gonna pick something similar to that, something like this, and just place it around the area. So maybe look, I know it might look weird for now, you guys, but the home that we are kind of like taking inspiration from has so many of these like tool pieces here and there, and we're kind of like substituting in different ways and just like trying to make the roof area look a little bit more intriguing. Like these column pieces in the real life home don't, or in the reference image, they don't exist. So we're just like trying to get a bit of inspiration and just like kind of working off of it, you know, just like trying to revolutionize it, if you will. Wait, let me move this thing real quick. Let me see. Let's see. So there's also these really weird sort of like 1x1 tiled rooms in these like little areas, which I don't know why they exist. They're so random. If they don't look good in this build, I'm not going to keep them because I feel like it's not really that necessary, you know. That low-key looks a little bit weird, but I want to trust the process. I want to see what we could do with it. And I'm thinking, look, if we do something like this and then copy it right above it, and you guys might be like, what the hell is he doing? But the only reason why I'm doing this is because I want the flooring that it leaves over here. So if I click over here now, it's gonna show that it's like highlighted. I think you should use the same window you use for the rest of the build on the second floor of the entrance and the door that fits. Oh, interesting. Okay, someone doesn't agree. Yeah, the one by the rooms are weird, low-key. We could use the same window for sure, but at the same time, what do you guys think? Do you guys want the Get Famous one, or do you want the base game one? I believe this is base game. Yeah, it's base game, so it's a bit more compatible. We could leave this one. What do you guys think? If you guys don't mind, I don't mind either, to be fair. I know you probably wanted me to change every single window, like in the middle bit, like even these little ones, but we don't have anything like this window in like a base game format, so kind of have to stick with these ones low-key for the side. Because if I get rid of these, it's gonna look so plain. Like I feel like that looks unfinished to me in my eyes. So I'm just like, let's just add it back real quick. And you know what? Even this little bottom area feels low-key like, and I don't want to do this design because it looks super repetitive. And I feel like this is okay for now, right? Like this is not too bad. And I also noticed that you just dropped a follow on Twitch, so I really do appreciate it. Unfortunately, even though I set it up, I literally set up all these nice things for you guys, and I can't, like, they don't show up on the screen. Maybe you guys saw the follow animation on the screen, but I haven't seen or heard it, so I do apologize for that. So I can't react to it on time. I just have to like refresh the page and stuff and just see the numbers change, which is really annoying. I really want, I need to like find a change for it, like a fix for it, but I don't know, it's been acting weird. You know, we can also do something like this, like elevating it a little bit, but this can also be like, nah, we don't want it too far away from the door, otherwise it's going to look there. And you know what, I know this door kind of looks a bit lonesome right in the middle over here, but we can try to potentially add, let me see real quick. Wait, let me see. No, I really love these ones in particular, like the lighting. But we can also go for, what is it called? What is it called? The one that looks super antique, but it's like really, like it's in fancy homes, you know? That's the only type of way that I can explain it. The times that I don't need it, it shows up in my face, but then the second I want to use it, it's not even, I can't even find it. Hold on. Wait, has it been categorized wrong or something? Like, where the hell is it? I can't find it. It's a really good outdoor lighting fixture. For some reason, I can't find it. I don't think it's filtered correctly or something. I don't know. Something's up with it. It's a really good one though. I really want to showcase it to you guys. What if I just do show all and then just like scroll down a little bit? Because I feel like these ones, they look very like cottage sort of core, you know, but I'm not trying to go for that aesthetic. We're trying to go for something that's like old money. This is pretty cool. Like, it's kind of like this design, but it's like a hanging version of it, and I don't know where it is. I literally found it, but I can't find it now. Am I blind? Is it this one? It's not this one. It's a different one. It looks like that, but it's not that. Okay, well, that's just great. Wait, is it this? Might be one of these. Oh, there we go. There we go. This one. From Get Together. So this icon is Get Together. Yeah. This one, I think, is going to look really cool for this build. It just has that nice little detailing, and you guys can already see it's on the door as well. It's kind of just like a bit more... It's giving that specific characteristic that I want to incorporate to this build, you know? Yeah, I agree with the window as well, Tori. The base skin one definitely does work very nicely as well, and it's also just like fitting with the rest of the build. And in case you guys are wondering, we went for the... What is this? This is the royalty doorways that we got for these Juliet balconies. So these balconies aren't actually that functional. We only have these like little object pieces, and I believe this is base game, or is it? Never mind, it's from one of... It has a cake on the game pack icon. I don't remember where it's from though, so I do apologize. But if you guys could see that, maybe you guys can understand it a little bit easier from where it comes from. But yeah, so for the main roof area, let me see what else we can incorporate onto it really quickly. Oh wait, hold on. Need to also incorporate one of these, like... Oh, it did show up on the screen. Okay, that's great. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Because no one ever mentions it. But I followed you while you were playing music. Oh, that's fine. Oh yeah, when I play music, I don't think I have the overlay thing toggled on. Maybe that's why. Yeah, because it's only like during the gameplay, I think. But yeah, thank you either way. It doesn't really matter if it showed up on the screen. I still appreciate the support. But yeah, I'm glad to hear that it's like giving French a state, because that's definitely the goal that we're trying to go for. But we also need to incorporate a few of these windows really quickly on top of the roofing area. It's not going to be functional, but it's kind of just there for like aesthetic purposes, you know. And then once we perfect the middle, the front area of the home, sorry, we're going to move on into doing like the sides a little bit more cleanly, and of course the back end area. This isn't too bad, to be honest, like adding that to the sides, but I don't want to like make it look so detailed on the roofing, you know. It's gonna like catch the viewer's attention a little bit too much, more than I'm kind of like wanting it to. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot to add the thingy over here. I'm kind of like jumping all over the place. The main reason why I did that room over there on the top was because I wanted to incorporate this this like eave thingy. It's not working at the moment, but it's fine because we could do the exterior trims. There we go. Okay, so I wanted something like this to like wrap around it. It's kind of just like gonna help give it a bit of extra detailing over the build. And obviously, as you guys can see, it doesn't work over here because we need to copy this like upper level sort of thing, I guess, on top of it. Ooh, hold on. If this looks weird, we'll end up changing it, but these are kind of like scattered throughout the roof area in the real life home. So I'm gonna just like try to make sure that it's like as accurate as possible, you know. And for that one, we can also use this like concrete cork thingy layered wallpaper. It looks a little bit bulky right now. It doesn't really look like the one in the image. I mean, kind of. Yeah, it's fine. But it's not 100%, you know? One second, I'm still looking at my references. Okay. So I think we could like low-key start moving on into like these side areas. And I'm kind of noticing that we could also go like another layer on here. Like kind of like this. before this starts. That could be a pretty nice idea, like just to make it seem bigger than it really is. Kind of like a nice way to trick the viewer into like, not trick the viewer, but like I'm just like saying it in that way, like trick the person looking at the build in particular to make it seem as if the house is bigger than it really is, just by adding these little compartments over here. Kind of like makes people think from far away that like, wow, this home is bigger than it already is. Obviously it adds to the footprint of the home, but it kind of just like also elevates like the look, the nice lookness of the home. I don't know if that even made sense, but you guys get the point. It just adds a bit of extra detailing to the exterior show. But from the looks of it, it doesn't look like it's kind of connected to this roof area. Kind of just looks like a just like a extra little addition. So we can also just like move that into there. There we go. And I think we could do the same thing on this side. I know we haven't really touched this side yesterday, but we could still move on into adding a little compartment over here. Painting it the same wallpaper. Do you guys like this wallpaper, by the way? I used the one from Cottage Living. I only picked it because it has that muted brick texture to it, which kind of like, you can see the grouts, you can see the bricks, but not all over the place, you know, like it's kind of like muted at the same time. That's the main reason why I picked it. I feel like it looks kind of cool. And let's just get this roofing real quick down on this side. But yeah, it's the first time that I was like streaming, showcasing this picture in particular, people really loved it. So I was like, oh really, let me just do it then, because I was gonna actually create something else while showcasing this picture. Like it was like we were starting with the interior before we moved on to the exterior, but then I saw people liking this one, so I was like, oh, okay, say less, like we'll just move on to doing this then. But yeah, if you guys are enjoying this build in particular, then I'm more than happy to continue with it. I think the backyard is going to be really interesting to do. Right now it looks like one of the like fake cakes where it's like, it looks like a cake, but it's like literally 90% styrofoam, something like that. But we're gonna make it look really good. I feel like this home has like so much potential, and I built so many homes like this in the past, so it's kind of just like, you know, it's so easy for me to like understand like how we can make the build stand out and make it look a little bit more interesting. Obviously it's still going to be a bit of a challenge because, as you guys can see, there's still a lot to do, but I think we got a good little head start, you know. So I low-key want to connect this. Maybe do like a perfect square for now. We'll end up changing it later on if we don't like it. But I thought, so initially I was actually thinking, let's make this backyard just like have like a staircase that leads you down into like the grass area. Do you guys want that? Or do you guys want another option? Wait, I'm gonna put up the picture on to help you. Yeah, you could try to like give advice and stuff. I don't really mind at all. But so I have a question for you guys though. Do you guys want the actual backyard area to be on this foundation, or do you guys want me to make like a nice interesting sort of like staircase that leads you down, and then this actual like flooring area, this area is going to be the grass area where like you have the pool area and whatnot, or we can keep everything elevated at the top? That is like a nice little option that I can give you guys, and then you guys can decide on stream. I don't mind doing either of them. It's not going to change the amount of effort that I put into the build, to be honest. It's just going to mean that like I just try to make the foundation like kind of blend in a little bit nicer and just like level it down a little more. You like the idea of the grass area? Okay, we could do that for sure. The only issue is with that is we don't have a lot of space on this lot, but I don't want to move either, so we're gonna have to keep the build a little skinnier than normal then, because I kind of want to make sure that we have enough space to like actually go down and like make this space a little bit more functional. So let me just copy this staircase real quick. I know we're gonna move on into doing the rest of the like shell and stuff, but just want to make sure that I mark where we have enough space for the backyard, because if I make the entire shell and then have to edit it later on, it's not going to be that efficient. So let's just add a bit of this. There we go. Staircase to grass. Okay, 2 out of 2. So I guess we're going to be moving on with that decision, which I'm completely happy with. That was kind of like my original goal anyway, so glad to hear that. But yeah, so let's just create a nice little box. Let's just fill this out real quick, just so we know what we're working with. The sides aren't even complete for this build anyway, but I feel like the sides we can do later on, like once we move on into like completing the backyard just a little bit more. We already know what kind of design we're going for anyway based off of this front area. So, and you know what, for this little balcony area, before I forget, I want to showcase one of my favorite concrete balustrades, which is this one. They're pretty much all over London, and I just really love seeing them in real life as well. Let me see if I can find it. It's the one that came from the University expansion pack. This one's really good in particular, in my opinion. Just gives that very elegant look to a build overall. And you know what? I'm going to stick with the beige color. I'm not going to be basic. I'm not going to go for the white. I've been going for a lot of white color swatches in my previous build. So I'm going to just try to like switch up a little bit for this build in particular. So yeah, just going to go for that nice little beige color. It is a bit of a darker beige than what we're using for the wallpaper, which is fine. We could potentially see the white is just too white, you know, like having only like what 5 swatches for this is like really small in my opinion. I wish we had a bit more. That's way too dark. It's really nice, but it's just too dark. And this one's a bit of like a brass sort of color. This is pretty cool to be honest, but it's just not what we're trying to go for. So let me just go back to this one real quick, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing over here. This little corner thing over here, so look, it looks a little bit weird, I know, but we haven't moved on to that area yet, so it's completely fine. So also, wait, hold on, let me just add this real quick. Oh, you see like another nightmare with these curved walls. We're gonna have to try to implement a few of these windows and just hope for the best. These aren't technically designed for half walls, but still completely fine in my opinion. Let's see, kind of want to make sure that it's all the same size all the way around. Let's do the same over on here. But yeah, hope all of your Thursdays are going well, you guys, wherever you guys are. I know it's probably like a completely different time zone depending on where all of you guys are watching from, but hope you guys are having a great day so far. You know what, we could like make this area of the build a diagonal, like cut it out, or do you guys want to leave it a square? We can also round it out if you guys want to. I don't mind, to be honest. Like, we can go for any type of design that's going to look good here. So for example, let's do the circular design really quickly, because this is going to kind of like blend into the backyard of the home, so it's kind of crucial that we get this a bit more correct than any other side, you know. So let me just move this out real quick. Let me just merge this. I think having the curve might be a little better, right? Like, it's going to just flow a little bit more. 5 p.m. wow, must be nice in Alabama, so America, nice. See, there's like a lot of American viewers, so I try to cater to like the timing and stuff of my posts and like my lives and stuff for you guys as well, just like a bit of like an even balance for every single person. Why the hell can't I place this? Hello. Oh, it's just being finicky. Okay, see, like, what is this, man? Like what is that? Can't fix it. I don't think I can fix that, and it's just like hogging the yeah, I think we're gonna be stuck with that, so you guys might as well get used to it by now. Don't think we're gonna be able to change it. What is going on with this build? I swear, it's so odd. Okay. It's gonna stay like that, guys. I'm sorry. You know what, we could just add a little pillar there and just be like, nothing's happening, you know? It's fine. Oh wait, why is the pillar dark? What the hell is going on? No, it's not part of the plan, you guys. Why is it going dark? Did I make a mistake? Is this not a room? Oh, you know what, that might be the reason. No, it is a room. Are you gonna go sleep? Okay, take care. Thank you so much for joining though. I really do appreciate it. 1:15 for you. All pretty late. Have a nice sleep though. You like the curves? Okay, great to hear. Where am I from? The UK. So at the moment it's 11:18 for us, so it's relatively late, but I'm kind of like used to sleeping late and stuff, so kind of normal. But there's like a 5 or 6 hour difference between like parts of the USA, so got to make sure that could like be appropriate for them, you know. So I can't copy it now suddenly. Yeah, I think this part is going to be a bit of a headache. To be fair, this part is like selected randomly, like individually, so I think there's like an issue with this piece in particular. I just don't know how I can fix it. I'm gonna move it out again real quick. Okay, there's a random wall here for some reason. Let me fix this gap again once again. There we go. And then let's get rid of this. There we go. So it's perfectly fine over here. Let's try to move it now. Wait, no. What is going on? There we go. I think it's fine now. Okay, great. There we go. Okay, this is what we wanted. Okay, great. Let's just connect this again. So it's a room. So this is its own room. And then we'll probably turn this into like a bathroom, because I like doing that with my curved walls, because it's a little bit easier to like furnish them one specific way rather than just like trying to make it open and whatnot. And then let's just connect it up with the rest of the design. There we go, a bit more nicer this time. I was gonna leave it like its buggy form, but I was like, let me give it a chance, it might actually change, and it finally did. So that's great news. Let's do the same design over here. You know what, I kind of like the corner, like the sharp 90-degree corner for like the edge of the circle bit. Oh, I low-key like the corner, but I don't feel I don't want it to be like two different corners, you know, so we're gonna make sure that it's not like that. Can I copy this? No, let me not copy it because it's going to cause issues. Let's just do it from scratch. So I'm gonna take that, copy it, and hopefully this one goes a little bit more like, maybe it just flows a little bit nicer, you know, hopefully. We select the actual building itself and just drag it along, because I think last time I selected flooring potentially, maybe that's why it was causing me issues. There we go. Okay, that's perfect. Nice. And immediately I want to just create a little thing over here just to break it up a little bit, because it's a little bit too flat going around here, and I think this like little elevation is just gonna help it a little bit. Let's do the thing, same thing over here. Let's do like that, and then we could also just like create a 4 potentially, something like that. Once again, it is kind of getting close to where we have the stairs. We probably won't keep it like a perfect square over here. We could just like stretch out and stuff around the edges. Just trying to get a nice little idea of what I want to do for this area of the build. We could also create a really cool design with like the staircase, like it could be on the sides like this, and then it low-key matches in the middle, and then we can have maybe like a wall, not a waterfall, but just like a nice little design like this in particular, and we can have like a curved pool area over here that could look pretty nice. And then that would also mean that we have extra space around here. That could also be pretty cool. Let's lower this real quick because it's a platform. Move it over, there we go, and then do the same design over here. But I think this is just going to help break it apart from that like really generic design that we have, like with the staircase going straight down the middle. It's a little bit too generic, you know. So let's just do that, and then this middle bit, we're going to use a foundation piece thingy just to get rid of this like weirdness that's going on. Which one did we use yesterday? I think we used the one with like the little lip. Did we? No, we didn't use the one with the lip. The lip one is this one. Oh, that one's only in the platform. Hold on. This is the one that I think comes with a lip. There we go. This one. Yeah, we can't use on the foundations. It kind of sucks. Unless it is here and I'm blind. But no, I don't see it. So the brick looks also pretty cool as well. What do you guys think about that? Instead of going like a plain white, we could go for a brick. I mean, I kind of put the white there solely for like it just to have like something there, you know. We're obviously going to change it eventually, but I think now is the time to kind of like work around it and just like change up. We could also go for a dark aesthetic, like maybe not something with moss, maybe just like a black. That could look pretty cool, but I feel like we have a lot of white going on and beige, so it's not really going to work that nicely. I like the default color. The gray is also not too bad either, and this isn't too bad either. Could also try this one. This is like a plain white one with like a bit of dirt beneath this like sort of cantilevered bit. That is pretty cool. And then we have like a fully plain one, which I think is not the way to go because it looks way too clean. I think this one just helps. It gives that extra bit of detail, you know. White brick or beige. Okay, I think we're gonna go for this. This is pretty good. It kind of has like a nice little combination of like the dirt and stuff. So yeah, we're gonna keep it like that. And we thought of placing like a nice little garden at the front of the build, but we don't have a lot of space because we want to create the pool area and whatnot, like the backyard on the grass. So it's kind of like a hard choice. I don't know. I really wanted to also move it to another lot, like a bigger lot in particular, but that's also a bit challenging for this build in particular. So let's just create something like this, and then let's move these back a bit as well because a little bit too wide for this build. What did I do over here? Hold on. This is one, and then this. No, it's fine. Okay, my mind's just playing tricks on me. I thought these were two different things. We can also create this one going like a staircase design, but I don't think we want to do something like that. But I also don't want it to stick out like this. It looks a bit odd. So what we could just, I know I really wanted this like elevation thing because it breaks it apart from that simple like flat illusion over here, but what if we do something like this, and then this part could move in front, so it kind of just like levels up a little bit, you know, each time. That could be pretty cool, but at the same time it kind of also looks a little bit generic. Let me see what I can do. The reference image, obviously we don't have a backyard image, so we just have to like improvise and go off of like what we think would look best. Personally, I don't mind doing this little design over here like that. I think that's pretty cool. And if we don't like it, we'll just change it up as well. And you know what, for these little corner bits, we could do like what we did for the front of the home, where we added like these fake singular column bits, just to break it up a bit, because I still don't like how it's like super flat around here. So just breaking up a little bit, even if it's gonna mean like it's gonna look a little bit weird, I think it's just gonna help with adding a bit of realism to the home. And once again, we could just do the same design over here, and if we don't like this, we'll just change it so it's not a big issue. Let's add the wallpaper as well. We might also change the wallpaper. Do you guys want to change the wallpaper? Should we change it to like another beige sort of color, or are you guys happy with the cottage living one? I really like this cottage living one, but I feel like I didn't really explore with like other paint options and stuff like that yesterday, so now could be the time potentially to change it up a little bit if we want to. Let me also add the roof design over here as well. Kind of like wanted to bevel it a little bit as well. I know it's going to make it a little bit taller right now, but we will lower it a little bit, so it kind of reminds me of like a bit of a dome. Let me see if something like that exists in the real image. That one kind of looks like a cone in the real image, well, in the AI image technically. Kind of looks like this, but it's not very pointy. It's kind of like, wait, let me get those extra options. Wait, I don't think we can. There we go, there we go. That is perfect. So it's not like a proper pointy bit. I know it still has a point, but with the extra Sims 4 thingy, the roof tools, we can just raise it up a bit like that. And there we go. That is pretty cool. I think that is fine for now. Let's just lower it down a little bit as well. Just mimic the same color pattern for the thing, the roof design. And for this little edge piece that we have over here, it's looking a little bit odd. So let's try to change that up a little bit as well. We could do something like this just to raise it up a bit over here in the corner. Oh wait, let me just add this room over here as well real quick. Almost forgot to add that as well. And you know what, just to break it up a little bit, let's add this this wallpaper in particular in these little areas. I think that's going to help break it apart. And we can also do the same thing for this area. Let's only do it in this like little middle bit though, and let's only do it for the first floor maybe, or we could do it for the second floor is going to make it look a little bit too like samey, you know. If we do it like this, I think it's going to look a little bit more intriguing. And we can also copy this design and just place it on top. And just go all the way around it. And I feel like this roof design looks a little bit flat around the edges, like around here, but we could fix that later on. It's not that big of an issue. I don't know what we're going to do for these like little areas over here in terms of roofing. So I think for now, we're just going to cover them up with a few of these half walls just to elevate them a little bit so they don't look too flat. Just raise the flooring within them up a little bit. Another tiled room to the right. Let me see. There are a few extra rooms on like the reference image, like right around here. Hold on. Right around like here. We could try to incorporate it, but I feel like we don't really have a lot of space. Technically, I could do something like this if we really wanted it to just like exist, you know. We could do something like this for like another little room. What do you say? What do you think? We could also technically like make it like a wider room like this, and then have two over here. That could be pretty cool. And then we can also extend this balcony area out if we wanted to. Initially I thought like maybe I should not do this within the build because I was like, I wanted to keep it like a little bit symmetrical, but I'm down to switch up a little bit. That might actually make it look a little bit more interesting, to be honest. So let's do that. Why not? And obviously we need to change this area here because it's a little bit weird. So let's just turn it back into a square over here. I think I need to turn it into a room. Build ceiling. There we go. Foam piece. And once again, this is an annoying issue. Let's change the flooring real quick. Oh wait, hold on. Where the hell did this go? When did I delete that? What the hell? There we go. And I'm thinking we could also do the same window placements right at the bottom. This could look pretty cool. I actually really like that design, like at the corner there. That doesn't look too bad. Still not really happy with this design though, like this little corner bit. So I'm thinking, what about if we place like these half walls here instead? That might help it look a little bit more interesting. I just felt like it was a bit too repetitive with that flat roof design and stuff. This could help it elevate it a little bit more. I know it kind of like bleeds in through this area, but meh, I'm not really that sure, to be honest, with this area. We could also do something like this to connect it together. This could be also pretty cool. But let me just elevate it a little bit. There we go. So it technically looks like it's connected, you know. I could have used a gabled roof piece here as well, but oh well. But this looks pretty cool as well. Let me get rid of this. Oh no, this little wall over here is going to be so annoying to get rid of. There we go. Okay, this looks pretty cool, like having it connected like that. I like that. Let's do the same design over here. Yeah, that's pretty sick. I like that. And then let's just get a few of this wall trim, and let's get detailing over here. And can't forget to obviously elevate this little area as well, just leaving a little tile in between inside of it. And let's also use the same flooring all the way over here as well. It doesn't really matter because we're not really going to see it, so not that big of a deal for the moment. Yeah, do the same design over here. I think I made it a room, didn't I? Yeah, I think I create like a little room that kind of like feeds into here. So let's just raise that up by 1, and then we're gonna do the same design over here. There we go. So I think that's pretty cool. We could change the color of these later on as well. It's not that big of a deal. But hey Zoe, Sky, I don't know if you're still gone or if you came back. I do apologize if I didn't reply to your message soon enough. I kind of just like saw it right now. Yeah, I was really focused on the building, so I do apologize for that. But yeah, so I'm doing well, thank you. How are you doing? I'm really happy to see you join the stream. I really appreciate it. And thank you for the follow as well, if that was you. I still have a bit of an issue with knowing who follows me and stuff. I have to refresh and stuff to check, which is kind of annoying, but yeah, I really do appreciate it. So for this middle bit area, let's just create one of these platforms. And if you guys have seen one of my previous shorts that I created on the channel, and even on my other social medias, I showed you guys how to create this custom roof piece. I completely forgot the name of this type of roof technique, but it's a really cool design if you guys want to make something that looks like an elegant manner, you know. But yeah, I feel like Zoe, if you do come back and you don't hear me say anything, you're gonna feel like you're gonna think I ignored you, but I promise I haven't. you might have just been long, you might have just been gone for long, you know. It is looking beautiful, thank you. Urban guy with the front cupola. Front cupola? What? That's a fancy word. Hold on. 1 second. Cupola. All right. Yeah, about that. Wait, I don't think you've seen it, Urban guy. We ended up changing it. So instead of it being the, hold on, my phone. 1 second. 1 second, guys. So we ended up changing it from the last stream. I don't know when you joined or when you saw it, but I feel like the 3rd level with like top hat design thingy was a little bit weird looking. Yeah, the dome thingy looked a little bit too weird, so I ended up improvising and changing it up a little bit. I think this turned out to be a little bit better, you know, just keeping it on that 2nd story rather than just adding that top hat design. It was a little bit too detailed and it just wasn't really working with the Sims, so I ended up changing it to this. I hope it's okay. I think it's pretty nice. It's still kind of like, you know, gets the idea across, in my opinion. But yeah, the dome would have been really good if we can incorporate it, but like the walling around it and like the curved, like the window that you have right beneath it, like we can't recreate any of that, and it's like so tricky to do that. Hey Zoe, yeah, I read your, oh, you heard it? Okay, great. I was about to repeat everything that I just said, but yeah, I did reply to your message. It was a little bit late because I was so focused on the building, but yeah, I'm glad to see you're back. And once again, I appreciate the follow on Twitch. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, I do read chats. It's just I'm just a little bit slow, you know, because I look at the different screens and stuff back and forth here and there. But yeah, so what was I gonna do? Hold on, guys. So this little middle bit area over here, I mentioned a few moments ago we're gonna do like a custom roof design, and the main reason for that is because these old money mega mansions, I don't know, these fancy homes always incorporate these like custom roof designs, so I feel like it's only fair if we do it for this build in particular as well. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go on the 3rd floor technically, and we're going to just place this half wall right on top of it, just so you can see it above the lining of the roof. Oh, no worries, Tori. Thank you so much for joining this entire time. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. But I hope you have a great rest of your day. But yeah, so we're gonna go for this. Which one is this? It's a 0.25 wall, and we're just gonna go all the way around. The backyard of this, the roofing is not gonna stay like this. It's just, I shouldn't really be doing the roofing design then if it's not gonna stay like that. But I really want to do it because I like the way they they look. Basically something like this for now. It looks very basic, I know, but it's not like final, you know. And I'm noticing that we low-key have like these two big like roof design pieces towards the back area of this build. So around here, I'm guessing, like, obviously the image that you guys are seeing right now, it's not a real image, it's not a real life home, so it's like computer generated, so you know there's not going to be extra references. But if I had to guess, I would say that there's like a completely separate different room over here, or like some sort of compartment that is not even with the rest of the build. So I want to kind of replicate something like that for this area of the build, because I feel like a lot of my builds, if you guys have seen them, they're kind of symmetrical. So we're just going to break up a little bit with this build, and we're just going to create this little dome like design over here. And since we haven't been able to incorporate the dome at the front of the home, I feel like it would be cool to just like have it somewhere, you know. But it's going to be so blocked from the rest of the home, which kind of sucks. Should we create like a third floor? No, it's going to look weird, man. Like, that's the only issue that I have with The Sims. With like, in real life, you have like the same like rooms on the second floor, and there will be two different heights, you know. And you can't do that in The Sims, which kind of just like breaks that illusion apart a little bit. But my idea was to have some sort of dome like design over here, because as you guys can see on the image on the top left, there's some sort of like design like this similar to it, and I want to replicate it so it kind of like gives the same vibe like from far away. I feel like this is not really giving that, you know. It's looking a little bit odd. See what we can do. It's kind of like integrated within this floor technically. So, oh wait, you know what, we could do something like this. Hold on, it's going to be a fake third floor, which is gonna not be so great if you guys want a third floor, but you guys can obviously add it in if you guys want that extra space. I just feel like it's not really that necessary, but we can do something like this and then move this inwards. This part is going to remain as it was originally. I don't actually remember how it was. But we can, you know what? We can also just blend it in completely like this. And then this area can have that. And then we'll go all the way around. Now, I know it might look weird, but from afar, I think it's just going to help break up that very basic design that we have towards the back end of the build. If we don't like it, we'll just change it later on, but I think it's going to look pretty cool. It looks nice. Thank you, Urban Guy. I appreciate it. Still trying, man. I don't know if it's gonna look as close to the real life image. This right now is really concerning me. It looks too big. I have no clue if this is gonna stay, to be fair, but I really do like having like something else in like the background, you know. Like, this front area is also going to change as well, so let's just do that. I want to incorporate something like this. Hold on. This thing over here, this parapet at the front of this area. Wait, why is it not rotating? I want the design on the other side. There we go. And then just move it in a bit. Now, obviously, we don't have an image of the back, but I think we could create a pretty cool design that kind of mimics the same sort of vibe that we had towards the front of the home. Just give me a second, guys. Let me explore with a few different ideas, and then we can pick a few if we like them. So we could expand that and then move it upwards. Nah, it's not looking that great so far for me, but we'll fix it in a moment. To be fair, this third floor is really throwing me off, man. I'm gonna get rid of it for now. We'll add it back if we really want that later on, but for now it's just a bit of a no for me. Even if it doesn't look as accurate with the what the hell is going on here? Even if it doesn't look that great right now, like in terms of it like being accurate to the real life image, I don't really mind at the moment. So let's just add this little design back over here. What did I actually do over here? Hold on. I left a 2 gap. Get my bad. It's technically like this. Oh, you know what? Let me merge this with that. There we go. And then once again, having issues with this. It never wants to connect, man. Is there a reason why? Am I like doing it in the wrong area or whatnot? Like, the hell is the issue? This foundation thing is the problem, I think, but sometimes works like so. I can't even select it sometimes, like it's a nightmare. There we go. Okay, and now I have to create a whole new room. Great. And then I think I can copy this. We can. There we go. Okay, nice. So we have a bit of a thing going on right now. Let me place this back here. And was this a room or did we? Yeah, we created a room. Okay. We're doing the same design over here, painting it the same, just making sure that it's covered for now. We're going to change up all the flooring and stuff like that. We're still going to stay like this, but just for now. So you know what we could, I genuinely I'm not really sure what we could do for this like front area. I'm kind of like puzzled with this. We could, let me see what I did for my, one second. I want to check out what I did for one of my previous builds. I kind of had the same design because I think it's going to work perfectly for this build in particular. One second. Could low-key mimic the same design that we had at the front of the build, but I'm not really sure about that. You know what? We could also, let me get rid of that because that's not that is not staying. We could return to these really flat-looking ones. And just raise it up. I know it's gonna look a little bit weird right now, but trust the process. Oh wait, I need to use those the corner pieces. See, like I think that looks a little bit better than just having that really huge weird looking curve. And let me see. I'm literally raising it for no reason. We could just do this, get rid of that. I don't even know if I want to connect it, to be honest. We could also just leave it like a little lower than that height. Doesn't have to connect. Wait, let me get rid of, wait, let me go back real quick. Just go a little bit lower and it doesn't have to connect. Oh, we're gonna have a bit of an issue, are we? Something's gonna show. There we go. Okay. Sometimes it shows when you do it on the like the floor beneath the roof, and sometimes it doesn't. So you have to do it on like one floor above it like we did over here. Like it's a bit random with how it works, but can't really complain about it to be honest, because it gives a really nice result in my opinion. There we go, something like that, I guess. And let me just, oh, it's a foundation, I mean a platform, sorry. So let me get low. We don't want it to connect, like we don't want it to bleed into it because then it will look like this, and we don't want that. Or do we? I don't think we want that. We want it to be a bit more of like a flat design. So you know what, we're gonna leave this as it is and use something like this, and we're just gonna bevel it just so it matches the same design that we have up here. Seems to be 2 tiles. Oh wow, okay. Apparently I did 2 tiles yesterday, so I'm gonna have to be going with the 2 tiles around here. And then let's just use, there we go. So something like this. I know it's 100% the best thing to do, but I mean there's not really that many options, you know, right now. So which one did we use for the roof trim? I believe it was this one, because we didn't want any of the, like the white like bleeding into the other designs. Might be mistaken though. Plus it's a bit of a different roof, so it's gonna behave differently, I guess, when it comes to like the roof lining and stuff. I don't really know what to think about this roof design, to be honest. We could also get this and then move it in a little bit. And then we extend it outwards. That could also look pretty cool. And then we can also do it again. Or we could, I really want to incorporate this like curved design that we have over on these ones towards the back end as well, but I feel like we can't do that if we don't, you know, if we don't use what is it, like if we don't have like a little compartment like that. I want to make this back end area like match the front area of the home, because I don't want it to look random, you know. But right now it's kind of like working against the odds right now. This could also look pretty cool. Hold on, like having like a gap in the middle, and then you could like place a wall inside of it, like a hook thing. That is pretty cool, you know, like to have that in the middle over here. But I kind of committed to this design anyway, so I'm going to stick with what I created. But I think this could be a very cool design overall for this area. Don't want to do this, so we're gonna change that. What did I do for the front? I have these going backwards, this one's going frontward. How about we do this? Oh, let's just get rid of that so it's not connected. And then we're gonna have, I think we can place some really nice plants like in between the building over here. So let's just get rid of this area. Oh, I clicked the button on accident. There we go. So now we also get rid of these random pieces. I don't think we're going to use them. Let me copy this design over here. There's basically going to be like a bigger design of it on the back end, you know. Same design over here, I think. Kind of would make sense to do that. So let's just copy it over. Yeah, working with these foundations is quite a pain, you know. I noticed that today. I mean, I don't really work with the foundation first. I kind of like do it later on. But I noticed a few issues when we didn't do it the first time in our previous build. So I was like, you know what, let me do the foundation, get rid of it, and then we could worry about the rest of the issues. But it does actually cause quite a few extra steps here and there, you know. But yeah, I think that design is way nicer than what we just had. This is so much better in my opinion. You guys can let me know what you guys think as well. But I feel like it's coming a bit more clear, like it's a bit more clearer in my head with like the design that we're going for. Let me also do, and I still want to move this wall around here, and then around here we could just move. There we go. So it's low-key noticing a little bit here, which is a bit jarring, but can't really do much about that. And I could actually, hold on, if I move, if I kept that single piece from last time, I could have been able to actually do something with it. Hold on. Going to be 2 tiles outwards, and then we start beveling it, and then lower it down. There we go, and then move it backwards. There we go. So it basically just like fits in that little corner. I know it's such subtle little detail, like nobody's going to care about that, but I personally do. So we need to make sure that we make it as accurate as possible. So let me just do the same thing over here as well. I feel like these little details just make the home feel a little bit more realistic. Could have just been lazy and just like been like, yeah, whatever, but I think we needed to add them, to be honest. It's a little bit taller than what the this middle bit is, but I mean that's kind of to be expected. What the hell did we do over here? Completely forgot. So it's like that, okay. And then we have, oh yeah, a single piece, right. And the main reason why we have a gap over here, this is like a nightmare for some people in my opinion. Like this roofing is a nightmare, but to me it's kind of like a little puzzle, you know, like trying to solve it and figure out. I think it's quite fun. Okay, I'm gonna just draw a little room over here and it should cover it up. Perfect. So now we can get this, remove this, there we go, and it just ends up expanding the roof detailing a little bit more, which is exactly what I wanted. And we're just going to expand this all the way over here. Great, okay. And it also gets rid of all of that mess that we have beneath it. But yeah, if you guys really wanted to, you could technically make a third floor within this like roof area, but I personally don't really think that it's not necessary. But I feel like the home is big enough, so we're just going to stick to it as it is. Is this bigger than this? Hold on. No, okay. This one low-key looks smaller than this, but it's literally the same size. I don't know why my mind's playing games on me. We could also like match this with the same height, but I think the difference might look a little bit interesting, no? Or is it ugly? Should we match the height? I have no clue. Like, I feel like both of them would probably look good. Oh yeah, we didn't use a small thingy for that. We used a way bigger one, yeah. Okay. Wait, what the hell? I swear that's a level higher than it and it just didn't show up. Okay, it's clearly not it's not working. Yeah, it's not really It's not going higher than what we have over here, which is a bit weird. Should be technically going taller. So you know what? I'm just going to get rid of this. I'm just going to connect it with this one. Wait a minute. What the hell? There we go. So I know it's hovering at the moment, but completely fine. We could just raise these up. Wait, did I use a single one? What the hell? I swear I used a second one on this one, but I guess not. Can also raise these ones. Oh yeah, just pressing escape on accident just reminded me that I should probably save my game before it crashes. That'll probably be a very annoying thing. I have to redo all of this roofing. Wait, before I fix those, let me just save real quick because I feel like it could crash any moment. But yeah, while it's saving, I'm gonna also try to make it work for TikTok again real quick. I'm gonna try it again. Give me 1 second, guys. So I'm trying to go live on TikTok at the moment, you guys, and second time I'm trying, there's literally people joining and I can't see anything on the live, which kind of sucks. Maybe people can hear me, but it wouldn't really matter, would it? So annoying, because the thing is, I don't know how I can like fix it if I'm not on live, you know? One second, you guys. One second, you guys. I'm just doing something real quick. What's going on, man? There we go. It seems to be working, I think, now. Let me see if I can hear myself. Don't think I can hear myself. Let me see if actually interacting in the game is going to change anything, because that would be great if it actually did. Can't hear anything though, which is a bummer. The screen's not moving at all, like, meh. Okay, well. Well, I'm gonna leave it open. It's probably not showing anything to them, but I mean, there's not much that I could do about it. Oh, hold on. Thingy. One second, you guys. Consider it a tiny little break. So I'm trying to sort something out and can't do it if I'm not on live, which is annoying. Okay, anyway. So, this roofing area is very worrying, so let's fix that immediately. Let's see what we can do. I think it has like a grayish color to it, like the roof itself, so I'm gonna go for that. And for this like little trim area as well, we're gonna go for something like this. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. And we just saved it, so let me just continue editing the roofing, because usually when I edit roofs, that's when most of the issues occur. Like that's when I crash. So especially because they're like so many different individual pieces. I mean, I don't really blame the game, to be honest. But let's go to Mist real quick. Let's go and use this wallpaper in particular. I think it's pretty cool. Kind of want something that matches. There we go. That's pretty perfect. That kind of matches the aesthetic of the roof texture itself. And I think for this, obviously the flooring, we're not going to go for the marble on the roof. We're going to go for something that's a little bit more subtle, but also kind of just like resembles that sort of like mansion vibe, you know. That's pretty cool. Wrong keys there for a second. I love testing it out with my like reshade and stuff, because that kind of like gives me like an idea of how realistic it looks. See, I want like a detailed one like this. Like it looks like it has some texture on it, you know. Kind of what I'm going for. So I'm gonna just copy this this plaster style. This is the one that came from Eco Lifestyle, in case you guys are wondering, by the way. We're gonna have to break up the roofing up a little bit as well, I think. And let me also incorporate a few of these walls right in the same areas, which we have like backyard area. So oh, it's kind of just blended in, which kind of sucks. Let me see what we can do about that. What can we do? We can move it up a little bit by one, but it's gonna look so odd coming out of that little area. Nah, I don't want that. I'd rather not have it, you know. We could also do it like in between. I don't want it to look so overly detailed though, you know, to the point where it just like looks unnecessary. That's pretty cool though. I like that. I think that's pretty cool. What else can we do? I think we can also compartmentalize this roof area as well. So how about we do something like, we could compartmentalize the middle bit. Is that, oh wait, no, hold on. That is perfectly centered, right? That is pretty good, considering I didn't consider it for that. But that's not too bad. I like compartmentalizing it, because then I can like change like the different heights and stuff inside of it and stuff. It just like helps me like get a bit more creative with the design for the roofing. don't want to do it too much though, because then it looks a little bit too basic. You know what can also be quite cool? I've never done this before, so I want to experiment. We could do like really tiny gabled roof pieces and curve them up. Can I not curve this? Pull up with the extra tools. Let me make it 2 tiles then. And let's see if I can like place something like this. I don't know if this is going to work, but obviously if we do this, then we don't need to keep this wall here. So the main goal behind this is to just like add a bit of extra roof detailing over here, something like this, you know? Like, what do you guys think about that? Do you guys think we should keep something like this around the roof? Would it be weird? I think this is pretty cool. Like, you know, like, it just looks a bit different. It just adds a bit of extra detailing rather than just having these like flat lines going across this entire build. We could also just like strictly use it for the main like middle structure of the build as well, instead of like having like plenty of lines of it going around this entire build. Like something like this could not look too bad, you know, but at the same time, like, I'm not 100% sure if we want that. I don't know. Like, sometimes you just need to like test out and like realize, you know what, yeah, it's not gonna work out for this build. Could also extend it like that. That's pretty cool. But then if we do that, this line is a little bit too close, so let's get rid of this. And the entire thingy went away, which is quite annoying, but it's fine. We'll just repaint it. Oh my god, what a nightmare that it has to. I don't understand why it always breaks when I change like one little thing. Let me just again, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like that for now. And you know what we can also do? We can also do something that we did in my previous build as well, which is just like leaving these like little gaps and stuff here and there. I think this also helps it a little bit. I mean, nah, it's not really looking that great. This is a pretty cool color though. I think we're gonna keep that. I'll work on the roof again later on. We'll do it in like another stream if we do end up making another one for this build. But I want to move on into adding some more of the doors and windows around the area, just to make it feel a little bit more complete, because it looks so bare. And I'm thinking we can also just incorporate a few of these windows around the edges, like where we have the backyard area one. I think that would look really cool. And of course, can't forget to incorporate this Juliet balcony. One of the definite like staple pieces of this entire home. It definitely does save it a little bit, I can't lie. And of course, can't forget our little concrete pieces as well. I mean, our columns, sorry. Let's add those. We can actually have one right in the middle over here that goes all the way up. We can have two there, to be honest. That could look pretty cool. But I kind of want to save them for like maybe around here. I can't raise this, I think, can I? I can't make it. Oh, I can. Okay. So let's just raise it all the way up. It might look weird right now. It's fine. Let's just get this window and place it right in front of it. And let's also do the same design over here. It might look a little bit repetitive, but it's okay. And we can also use a bigger door out here. I don't want to go for something ultra modern. I really love that door, but it's not going to work. I don't want to do the same design that we have on the front area, even though it basically looks like it. We could go for something like this instead then. But this is going to look so like there's going to be so many individual window panes, and I don't like that for the middle bit. It's just like adding a bit too much detail to that wall. Let me see. I kind of like it though. Like I like the detailing that it has with like this wall. I know it looks literally the exact same thing as the front entrance door, but it is still pretty cool. I don't know, what do you guys think? Like, should we keep it, should we not? Is it too similar? Could also add this oh no, same issue again, man. Why does this always happen? Freeze just refuses to work, which is so annoying. Okay, make a little room and then place the freeze on this, and then let's move this into, yeah, well, kind of guess the size of that, but it kind of worked out perfectly. Hopefully that should be the fix. There we go. Okay, so nice, works nicely now. And what did we have over here? We had the columns, right? I don't know if I want to incorporate the columns now. Kind of looks nicer like without it. Could instead do a few column work on the corners, maybe. How about that? Something like this. That can help it a little bit. Could get rid of these. Then it looks so bad, man. Or we could just use different columns over here. These are just all of my indecisive thoughts going on while I'm building. But yeah, so something like this. I don't want it to be connected into the wall, so I want to kind of like place it outwards a little bit, just so it's like a bit more purposeful, has a bit more depth to the build. And I think I'm going to do the same design that I did with these columns for the corner pieces. And we can also try to play around with the colors as well. We could go for a few darker ones, a few brighter ones. But I think this one works the best for now. And what did we do for these areas? We did this one. So might as well do the same design at the bottom. Got to keep the symmetry of the home aligned. Of course, can't use the... have to use the same columns and the same little like the crowning detailing and stuff that we got from Royalty, which is really good. Just place those and then see what we can do with this. There and another one, there we go, and then place another one over here and another one over there. Ideally I would probably want them to be a little bit closer to the window, but man, I don't really want it to blend in too much, you know, because the walls around this window feel relatively bare, like on these walls in particular, so I just want to fill them up like gracefully. Could also go for a brownish color for the middle bit. That's pretty cool, but not really giving what we want. For these little edge pieces over here, I'm not really planning on adding don't really want to add windows around there because it's going to look odd. But we could add a few of these columns. Could look pretty cool. We could use these ones, to be honest. These could look pretty cool. How about we add a... oh, this is on like a slight angle, and then this one isn't, so it's gonna look so random. We could add these like in between over here. That could look nice. I actually don't hate that. We could do that over there because it looks really plain. That's really nice. I think the home is definitely coming together right now. It's like, it's, you know, it's matching finally, which is, it took the whole stream to do that, but it's worth it. Like, it definitely did come up across like really nicely together. Let me see what else could we do. Let's add, should we add the crowning detail over here as well? Is it too much? I think it's a bit too much. I'm still not really sure with this like middle design. We could change it later on, but I'm really happy with it for now. Wanted to see what I did for my old mansion again. Let me check that. because I really love the detailing that we had on that one in particular. It's one of my favorite, probably one of my favorite homes I ever created in The Sims 4, to be honest. I'm trying to find it. 1 second, I'm trying to find my reference image, which is literally my own Sims 4 build. 1 second, guys, loading. Hasn't really given me any ideas, to be honest. Nothing that like kind of worked for this build. Okay, it's not really giving me any good ideas for these like little areas around here, so we could try to do this. It's gonna look super repetitive though, like if I just do the same design around here. Could get rid of this, and then that's not too bad. If we really wanted to, we could also add like walls going around this area just to cover the base of the roof area up a little bit. That's not, I think that looks so much better, like just covering out with the walls. So we're gonna go for that for now. Let me change this wall trim real quick. We go for the white color, but it doesn't, it looks like, I don't know, the beige or the white kind of works well for this home. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. Okay, just gotta make sure that our roof trims are all the same, just so they don't look random and weird. I think for these areas we could try to use a few thicker ones. We could kind of get away with them, and it kind of just add a bit of extra definition to the home. We can also go for these thinner ones. It doesn't really matter too much, to be honest. Noticing a little gap over here. Let's just move this inwards real quick. There we go. I think we don't have that issue on the other side. Nice. So let's add a few extra roof decals then, because that's kind of like what's left of like it not like incorporating anything from the main home. We could add a few of these towards the like the back end area, like the main compartment, but it's not looking like it's gonna fit. You know, it looks a little bit odd there actually, so let me move those. How about we have a few on the side? That those could look pretty cool on the side of the build, like around here. I like that. We have a few empty spaces around here anyway, so I don't hate that, to be honest. Like, it just adds a bit of extra detail. I know the little thing is pointing out from it from the other side, but you just move them, just move that forward. There we go. Is that accurate? I think that is too, that's fine. And these are fine as well. Okay, great. What else are we missing? Let me see the reference image. I can't lie, there's like another little one of these like wall decal thingies on this side of the home, potentially like around here, but I feel like it's not really that necessary for us. But I'm still going to incorporate it because it's just adding that extra little detail to this build. I'll do it on this side as well. Did I do it inward? No. Okay, let me move it outwards then. Oh, it moved my Did I put these inward? So they were out. Wait, hold on. What the hell did I do on this side? They're out. Yeah, I think they look a little bit nicer if they were out just by a little bit. Just gonna copy that over here. There we go. And I feel like it would look really cool if we have something around like these areas because it's relatively flat. I know the real life home doesn't really have it, but I think just having these like little decals here and there could look pretty cool. There we go. I'm just going to incorporate another one over here. I actually really like those little details, so we're going to keep them. And let's see. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking, how about we just do that so it's closed off, you know? Get rid of this. There we go. I think that's a little bit nicer because right now it looks a little bit random. There we go. I think that's a bit better. We can also darken these bits if we wanted to. And these little areas. Pretty cool. And what should we do also? We need to also make sure this area of the home feels a little bit more complete. So how about we just move this out just so this room is looking a little bit too small, you know, it's a little bit too thin. So how about we just change it up a little bit? Kind of get rid of it. Move that back. Pretty happy with that. I think we've got relatively everything done, like when it comes to the interior. I mean, when it comes to the exterior. Let's just do a bit of extra detailing over here though, real quick. Got to make sure that it's accurate. Let me add a few. Where's that arch column? Did we not use it over here? Oh, I thought we used it. We're going to be using this arched column, this like rounded one, circular column, sorry, right in the middle over here. I think it's going to look pretty nice. I think that helps break it up a bit. And we can also do the same design on this side. So this could be like some sort of like office area. I think this could be a cool office area or a bedroom. A lot of windows going on, but I mean, it's not too bad. We can just like have the opportunity to use a lot of curtains and stuff. Let's just do the same column work on this side. And for the platforming, I know I'm just going to stretch this up real quick. We'll figure out something else. We'll figure out something else that's going to look a little bit more interesting over here later on. But I think we could do something like this, maybe just to break it up a little bit from like that regular design. And for the pool area, we can do, I feel like we could do like a really fancy shape. So I know we don't have a lot of space to work with. We'll figure that out as well. Everything we're going to be figuring out apparently. But I mean, that's the whole process, you know, figuring out what works and what doesn't. It's going to be a relatively skinny backyard area. I know yesterday's stream I mentioned how I wanted to move it to a different lot, but I really do love the how like bi-coastal it looks, you know, like really coastal and stuff. So want to keep it. I was trying to say like by the coast, but then I said bi-coastal. But like you guys get what I mean. Like want it to be as close to the ocean as possible. It just like kind of makes the home feel like it stands out a lot more as well. Oh, I kind of messed up. In and then corner. There we go. But I still want to like have like a little extra like lip bit on this side as well, but we can't fit it in. So we're gonna have to figure something out. I'm just not sure what we could do. I kind of wanted to move it to a 50 by 50 lot, but we don't have any around here. We have this really tiny lot here, but it's not really, you know, giving what I want. This is pretty cool. Like, I don't really mind the design, but it's just not like as fancy as I thought it would be. See, like, if I did something like this, I'll probably get rid of that really extra thing design over here. There we go. That looks so much nicer. I want to keep this pool, but I'm just not sure how we're going to keep it when we have no space. We could try to be a bit more creative with our spacing and kind of like move it off to the side. I know a lot of manors also have their swimming pools off to the side of the home. That could be pretty cool. I don't want to move the lot any further towards the front because we need to add a gate and stuff, and there's literally no space anyway. I have no clue what we're gonna do. Should we like move it to a different lot? You guys, what do you guys think? Like, should we move it to somewhere else? But at the same time, I really love this area. Like, I'm kind of like indecisive with what I want to do. It's really squished, but it's kind of like in a really nice area at the same time. This could also be a nice area for the staircase as well. Nice little tucked in one. What else can we do? Really not sure what we should do with like spacing and stuff. That's kind of like the only restriction that we have at the moment. Let's add the fencing real quick, and then we can figure out what we don't like. Definitely not using that. It's way too short. Could do something that's a bit mossy. That could look pretty cool around the columns and stuff. Can use the same color that we have over here, which I believe is the white, but it's kind of like a dirty white color. Not the moss, but kind of just like a dirt beneath it. That looks pretty cool. I just really don't like how it's like so close to like the entrance of like the staircase is like so close towards the entrance, and like the gate and stuff. Like, there's so many like negatives with it having like being like a tall foundation around here. So I'm not really sure what we could do about it. I mean, I could lower it, but don't want to go too low at the same time. I low-key like the height of the foundation, so I want to keep it up. Could also use a few of these pieces around the column. I think we're going to be going for these fence pieces around the area. We could change it up as well, but I think these are going to work the best based off of the reference image. It would be really cool if we had like a wraparound area here, but I don't think we have a lot of space for that, so it's going to have to be a bit tight around the edges and stuff. We could technically incorporate like a corner piece over here, like a little triangle, diagonal, I guess. But we have a few diagonals around the front area of the home as well anyway, so technically kind of matches. We could also change the shape of the pool as well if we wanted to fit this home a little bit more nicely. That's not too bad, but we still don't have a lot of space around here once again. Kind of tricky, I can't lie. Don't want to make this entire area a patio because it's gonna like look so basic if we do that. This pool is way too big for its for this build. I think we might need to get rid of it. I mean, if we could like place like a maybe like a diagonal pool around here, that could look a little bit more realistic. Maybe if we do something like this, like a really custom looking pool area. I know it's gonna look really crazy, but I haven't really done something like this before either. Nah, it's not gonna work, man. This looks so weird. Maybe with a few detailing and stuff here and there, it could look pretty cool, but it's not really giving what it needs to. I feel like a lot of fancy homes, they have like really like weird looking pool shapes, which is what I'm trying to replicate here, but I feel like it's not giving what it needs to. I think we're gonna have to sit with this pool area, but we need a bit more space, so I might have to just like try to find another little location. Let me save real quick, then we can try to find like a little location, like another area. And if we can't, then it's fine. And then once we find or not find another location, I'll probably just like slowly head out and end stream because it is getting a little bit late. But I feel like we definitely do need a bit more space. I'm down to add a bit more extra detailing around the area. I feel like the home has so much potential, but we just don't have a lot of space to work with, you know. So let's just go to manage walls real quick. These aren't going to work. I really wanted to stay in this neighborhood, like in this world in particular. San Sequoia is pretty nice, but I don't think we're going to be able to. So how about we move into... I can't think of any world in particular that will have like a 50 by 50 next to the water. I mean, I know Sulani does, but we're not putting an elegant mansion in Sulani for sure. Windenburg potentially. One of these lots. This could be pretty cool. Hold on, I completely forgot about this lot. Holy crap, I haven't been building in this like Windenburg in a very long time. It really has a 6.4/6.4. I completely forgot about that. I've never came here, but I think this could be a good potential area. Let's see how nice it looks and then we'll figure out. Hey Velvet, welcome to the stream. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, thank you. How are you doing? Oh my, I literally lost all of my words the second I was trying to read your name. I do apologize for that, but I hope you're having a great day. Kind of almost about to wrap up stream, to be honest, but I'm glad you joined and caught up. This is a really nice lot. I should build here sometime. I haven't built here in a very long time. Like, it's been so long. This is a really good lot. It has potential. I can see like a really old sort of like English manor or castle around here. That could be pretty cool. But yeah, I don't think we're going to be placing it on a 6x6 lot. Maybe we could place it around this one if it's big enough, or over here. Let me just check. 30 by 30, 40 by 30, 30 by 20, 30 by 20. None of these would work. Great. Yeah, none of these are going to be working for us, unfortunately. Oh, we don't even have a 40 by 50, man. We're not going to be able to fit in this world. What about this one? New crest. Okay, this one has potential. Hold on. 50 by 40. I mean, it is the same size. So no potential actually, but it could low-key fit here though, like with the vibe and stuff, like with the water nearby and whatnot, but I don't think so. Not even potentially. No, 50 by 40. We need a 50 by 50. Should we check out this area? I mean, it is in Ravenwood. I don't want to place it in this world strictly because it's to do with life and death, but honestly, it could look pretty cool here, you know, like if we place it around here. Oh, this is pretty nice as well with like the little details and stuff here and there. Potential for like a castle. Oh, it's really nice, but feels a bit too medieval looking, you know, like it doesn't fit this vibe at all. So I think we're just going to stick with our existing world and our lot, and we're just going to work with the space that we have, unfortunately. Okay, I think we're gonna slowly end the stream here, but I still want to. Oh wait, hold on, my circular wall is missing for some reason. Let me add that real quick before we end the stream, because that was probably missing on accident. Gonna add a few more windows around here though, because I know we didn't really focus on the sides today. That wasn't the point of the build or like the video in particular, but we could do a bit of it right now, but I'll probably go back and add some extra details to it later on, or maybe in like another stream. I might stream again tomorrow with this build if you guys want it. I think it'd be pretty fun to just like completely complete the exterior of this build entirely. See, where are those French doors? I typically like to use these French doors from Get to Work. I really like these ones. They're very nice. These windows would look so huge next to it, but I mean, it is pretty cool. I mean, I don't want to use this doorway everywhere because it's like the front door, but we don't really have that many options. Oh, this one's pretty cool. This one's pretty nice. I like that. Let's just use that around here. That could be pretty cool. And this wall over here, we kind of just like single, so might as well do that here as well. Let me see what else can we incorporate. This area looks a little bit empty as well. It's completely fine. I think if we just add a few more of these like little walls, like maybe together, these little windows, it can be pretty cool. And then do the exact same thing over here. We have so many of these little windows around here because of this curve area, but I think it's completely fine. And I know these columns are getting like halved into two, which is very annoying, but something like that is going to be a little bit better. I know it's a bit far away from the wall, but it's better than it just like always clipping into the build, you know, like this. Looks a bit weird. And I'm using the tool mod to just move it around in case you guys are wondering. Oh my god, it's such an annoying thing. Trying to get it like almost aligned, but at the same time like not on the lines, you know? Meant to be aligned with the other column that we placed. There we go. Something like that is a little bit better. It's not 100% perfect, but kind of like gets the job done. But yeah, I'm super happy with the progress that we got done today. I'll probably stream it again tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But for now, let me just save it real quick, and then I'm gonna try to make the TikTok thing work again, because once again, I can only make it work if I'm on live. Can't do it if I'm off. So I'll just spend a few more moments just like trying to fix it up for you guys for tomorrow, because I know a lot of people would probably watch from there as well. So yeah, we just need that to work, you know. But it's just annoying because you can't do it off camera. Oh, I just found another home on Pinterest. I feel like let me just save that real quick. I get distracted so quickly, but the home looks really nice. I could potentially build that for you guys in the future. Very modern looking one. Yeah, let's figure out why this TikTok isn't working. Yeah, this is like basically like the after hours of the stream. Just like I'll probably like turn it off right now, but once again I need to make sure that the other components of the live actually work. Still says I'm not live on TikTok, but it's literally live. I have no clue why it's not working. figure out why. Man, I wish it worked, man. It would have been so good if it worked, but I'm still trying to figure out how to make it work, you know. Might just have to... I'm gonna delete TikTok and then just try to join it again. See if it works like that. But in case you guys are still here, the stream is pretty much done. I'm just doing a bit of trial and error with my other streams and stuff. Like trying to make sure everything works for next stream, which is tomorrow. But I would love if you guys just like chill out with me, hang around a bit. I know the screen is a little bit still right now. There's nothing really going on, but just like working behind the scenes at the moment, just like trying to make things work. Let's see. But I might as well let you guys look at the build since we've been working on it for a while. Doesn't seem to be working at all. Oh wait, hold on, I think it works now. What the hell? Okay, that entire time it didn't work, man. But finally got it figured out, I think. Yeah, okay, great, it works. So for tomorrow it's gonna be prepared and stuff. I guess it didn't work for tonight, but it's fine. Might as well set out with you guys right now. Let's see what we can do. Let me showcase that real quick. I think that will probably come up on the stream. Hopefully, it should be showing up. It's showing it over there. Need to edit that. Let's do video game capture, I think it was. See, it works with the default canvas, but it doesn't work with the vertical canvas that I created, which is really weird considering I put so much effort into it. Hey Violet Pixie, welcome to the stream. I'm actually finishing up, but I'm just testing out a few things because I was trying to go live starting on TikTok today as well, but it wasn't working. But I kind of am trying to like make it work right now while I'm live at the moment, so just like kind of at the end moments just like trying to make it work and stuff. But it will be uploaded on a VOD on the channel if you want to check out. Okay, I'm gonna go try being live again on TikTok, just like see what it's gonna put out again. Because every single time I go live, it just shows something else on the stream, which is so weird. It's not supposed to be doing that, but it still does it. Okay, it still does the same thing. So one final little test and I'm probably going to head out now because it's a bit late. Yeah, the stream actually finally works now, so we'll be able to go live on Twitch tomorrow if you guys want to watch me from there. It doesn't really matter where you guys watch me, but thanks so much for joining. Thank you so much to every single person who has joined today on on YouTube, I really do appreciate it, and of course on Twitch. We will be live again tomorrow. I do apologize, the last few moments of the stream was just spent just doing and fixing a few stuff that I had to do on live.